Hello yogis, and welcome back. Today we'll be doing sun salutations, the traditional Hatha sun salutations with variations and modifications. I'll be walking you through verbally and physically to show you the breakdown and alignment of each pose in a sun salutation. So grab your mat and let's get ready. To have proper alignment, we need to build a strong foundation. In order to do this, let's start with the feet. Sometimes you might notice your feet are pointed out. This may be due to flexibility, strength, or you might have low or fallen arches. You will notice the feet tend to roll in. In order to correct this, make sure toes are always pointed forward. Wherever your toes point, your knees will follow. We don't want the knees to be injured by pulling our toes out. So toes are pointed forward. If you notice your ankles roll in, try working on exercises that strengthen the outer leg. To create an arch in your feet, lift the toes. This will actively help you push down through the toe joints and through the heels of your feet. So this is a correct posture for Tadasana as well as any standing pose. In a standing forward fold, you might experience tight hamstrings or tight low back. Make sure you put a slight bend in the knees to protect these muscles. If your hands can't reach the floor, simply place them on your thighs. Let your head hang and keep your shoulders out of your ears. From here, we're not rounding the back. Lengthen through the head, through the spine, and try, if you can, to pull the crown of your head towards the mat and create space in each vertebrae, feeling the stretch through the entire back side of our body. In a low lunge, again, 4 corners of our feet are pushing into the mat. So you're creating lift by pushing the mat away from you. Make sure your knee is not going forward and not collapsing in. Knee is in direct line with the ankle. Hips are square to the front and tops of feet are on the mat. From here, hands are up overhead and shoulders are down out of the ears. Make sure arms are activated and fingers are squeezing together. High plank. We want to make sure we're not sagging in the shoulders. This will lower the hips, pull on the shoulders, and possibly the low back. So make sure you're creating space through the shoulder blades by pushing into the mat. Make sure hips are not too low or too high. We should have one line of energy from the top of our head through the bottoms of our heels. From here, you can lower down into a chaturanga. Elbows should be bent 90 degrees, or drop to your knees, to your chest, and to your chin for a modified chaturanga. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Hips and abdomen on the mat, tops of feet pushing into the mat. As you lift your chest, make sure elbows don't splay out to the side. So squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep shoulders down out of the ears. To create more of a back bend, bring your hands closer to your breastbone. To create less of a back bend, bring your hands slightly away from the breastbone. Squeeze the scapulas and spread open your collarbone. Make sure you're not looking up too far. You might compress the spine, the neck. Just a neutral gaze. Downward facing dog. Again, if you have tight hamstrings, slight bend in the knees. Push your heels towards the mat. It's okay if they don't touch. Make sure you're not sagging in your shoulders. Push the mat away. Space. Let your head hang. Release your neck and spiral your hips up towards the sky. Feel the stretch down the entire back side of the body, while also keeping this as an active pose. Grip the mat with all of your fingers, pushing into your thumb and your index finger joints. Now that we've got it, let's practice the traditional sun salutation. Starting in Tadasana, toes are pointed, chin is parallel to the floor. Inhale, both hands up overhead, send the hips forward and arch the back. Exhale with a flat back, fold forward, reach for your toes. Inhale, plant your hands and step your right foot back into a low lunge. Exhale your palms to the mat. Step into your high plank and lower to your knees, your chest, and your chin. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward and rise up into crescent lunge. Exhale, palms back to the mat. Step your left foot into a forward fold. Inhale, hands up, reaching, lifting the chest, and exhale your palms together to heart center.